Hello, students. This is Purushottam Vishwakarma, and today we are going to study part 4 in the chapter The Tiger King. Till now, we all have studied three parts of this lesson, and in the last part, we studied how the king managed to save his kingdom by losing 3 lakh rupees. So, what happens next? Will he be able to fulfill his desire of killing 100 tigers? Let's see. The Maharaja's tiger hunts continued to be highly successful. His tiger hunts, the Tiger King's hunting of tiger, continued to be highly successful. He was successful in killing the tigers. Within 10 years, he was able to kill 70 tigers. And he managed to kill 70 tigers within 10 years. In the time span of 10 years, he killed 70 tigers. And then an unforeseen, unusual occurrence, accidental hurdle. There was a hurdle brought his mission to a standstill. His mission is stopped. What was the hurdle? The tiger population became extinct. There were no tigers in his kingdom. They became extinct in the forest of Pratibandhapuram. Where? In the forest of Pratibandhapuram. If you remember, the name of the kingdom of Tiger King is Pratibandhapuram. Who knows whether the tigers practiced birth control or committed harakiri? No one knew whether they started practicing birth control, they stopped giving birth to young ones. Otherwise, they started committing suicide. Harakiri. Harakiri is a ritual of suicide practiced in Japan by samurai warriors. Or simply ran away from the state because they desired to be sought by British hands alone. There were some other reasons given. These are humorous reasons. The narrator wants to tell us the humorous story of tigers. It is only a guess because there were no tigers remaining. So the writer guessed the tigers simply ran away from the state of Pratibandhapuram because they didn't want to be sought by the Tiger King. Rather than they wanted to be sought by British officers. One day the Maharaja sent for the Diwan. The king was feeling sad. So he called his Diwan. And there was a matter of discussion. What did he say? Diwan Sahib, aren't you aware of the fact that 30 is still remaining? He said to his Diwan, Diwan Sahib, don't you remember? I have killed only 70 tigers till now. There are 30 tigers remaining to be shot down by this gun of mine. He showed the gun. He asked, brandishing his gun. So, showing his gun, he showed his gun, waving his gun. He told the Diwan that still there were 30 tigers remaining to be killed. The number was only 70, still 30 tigers remaining to fulfill his desire of killing 100 tigers. Shuddering. Now, the minister, the Diwan, was shuddering, trembling with fear at the sight of the gun. When the Diwan saw the gun, he started trembling with fear. The Diwan cried out, Your Majesty, I am not a tiger. and says that he was not a tiger. Now the king speaks. Which idiot would call you a tiger? Who would call you a tiger? Surely you are not a tiger. No, I am not a gun. Now, once again, the minister, the Divan, started speaking and he started blabbering. He's confused what to say, what not, because he was afraid. He said, no, I'm not a gun. He said that he was not a gun. Now the king says, you are neither tiger nor gun, Diwan Sahib. I summoned you, I called you here for a different purpose. You are called here for a different purpose. What is a different purpose? I have decided to get married. So, what does the king say? That he had decided to get married. Now, the minister, the Diwan, was confused once again. The Diwan began to babble. He started babbling. He started murmuring in confusion. Babble here means to talk or say something in confusion. Even more, if you have noticed, he started saying that he was not a tiger. Then again, he said he was not a gun. Now he started blabbering even more. Your Majesty, I have two wives already. He said, the king, with honor, that he had two wives already. He said, if he married the king, then he was interrupted by the king. So you can notice what a kind of foolish person he is. Don't talk nonsense. Why should I marry you? What I want is a tiger. The king said, don't talk nonsense, you idiot. Why should I marry you? I'm not going to marry you. What I want is a tiger. Then he was interrupted. The king was interrupted by the Diwan. Your Majesty, please think it over. Think again, Your Majesty, about it. Your ancestors were married to the sword. I would like to remind you, your ancestors, forefathers, were married to the sword. They got married to the sword. If you like, marry the gun. If you are really willing to marry, then you can marry a gun. You can marry to a gun. A tiger king is more than enough for this state. What I want to remind you, what he wanted to remind the king, the tiger king was more than enough for the kingdom, and they did not want a tiger queen as well. What he thought? He thought that the king was going to get married to a tigress. So he said, a tiger king is more than enough for this state. It doesn't need a tiger queen as well. The Maharaja gave a loud crack of laughter. At this point, the Maharaja laughed. He laughed heartily. I'm thinking of marrying. I'm not thinking of marrying either a tiger or a gun. What he said? That he was not thinking of marrying either a tiger or a gun, but a girl from the ranks of human beings. But he wanted to marry a girl from human community. First, you may draw up statistics. Then he advised the Diwan to draw up statistics to calculate the number of population, the number of tigers in the different native states, in neighboring states. Next, you may investigate if there is a girl I can marry in the royal family of a state with a large tiger population. Then he advised the Diwan to investigate if in those states where there is tiger population is ample enough, there is a girl to marry in the royal family. The Diwan followed his orders. The Diwan did the same as ordered by the king. He found the right girl from a state which possessed a large number of tigers. So he was able to find a state where there was a girl, and in the kingdom there were large number of tigers. Maharaja Jung Bahadur killed 5 or 6 tigers each time he visited his father in law. Whenever his majesty, whenever the king visited his father in law's house, he killed 5 to 6 tigers in one visit. In this manner, 99 tiger skins adorned the walls of the reception hall. So, in this way, he was able to kill 99 tigers. But most importantly, last 100th one is remaining. If I remind you the prediction of the prophecy of state astrologer, he said the king may kill 99 tigers, but he must be careful with the 100th one. The walls of reception hall in the Pratibandhapuram palace. So there were 99 skins, 99 tiger skins hanging on the wall that suggested the king had killed 99 tigers. That's all in this video. We'll cover the last portion of this story in last video lecture, that is part 5. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.